Alright, so this is Jaguar XJ220 for the Sega CD. First things first, we're going to go into the options and change a few things around here to show you the options as well. First things first, you can enter your name. You change it from the default and put in your own name. And then we can change from automatic to manual. You can also change to 2-player mode and a few extra options like miles per hour versus kilometers per hour. And we'll start with the Grand Prix.
Start your engines.
But as we can see here in the race, you have 20 cars on the track at a time, which is fairly impressive for the time. And a lot of scaling. The game basically hardware scales everything as far as I can tell, which gives it a sort of unique look. Maybe at first glance not as good looking as other games that don't try and do everything in such a pseudo 3D fashion. This game was developed by Core Design for the Commodore, Amiga, and Sega CD. Came out in 1993. I like these kind of arcade semi-simulation racing games. You could compare this to Lotus Turbo Challenge, or even the Top Gear games on the Mega Drive Super Nintendo. A very similar style of racing. Here I am playing in manual mode, as you saw. Basically, B is your brakes, C accelerates, and you use the D-pad to change gears, so up to go up through the gears and down to go down through the gears. You will find yourself downshifting or at least braking in this game, or the corners. If you take a corner too fast, you will pay the price. Once again, showing off the scaling in this game, the end of every level. And here we go on to another race. As you can tell, the car we're playing as is of course the Jaguar XJ220, which was a supercar that Jaguar released in the early 1990s. And as you can see, we're racing against everything from McLaren F1s, Corvettes, Porsche 911s. I even think I've seen some RX-7 FDs in this game. Mostly cars that in reality would not stand a chance against the Jaguar XJ220. As you can see here, passing them all with ease. One thing that I love about this game is the music. The music is very good, of course, on the Sega CD. It's just, of course, CD audio music. So let's listen to the music for a little while here. So as you can see, we got 5th position, earns us $16,000. And as you'll see in the upcoming screens, we use the money to basically repair the car. Pretty neat. In this screen here you can see all the different parts that you can repair. It shows you where it goes in the car, and you can also look at the car from all different angles, and it sort of just gives you a cutaway. Sort of, you can tell that this game may be a little bit influenced by the actual Jaguar XJ220, maybe even funded by Jaguar. I don't know for certain, but it's definitely sort of a tech, you know, it's almost basically just showing off the XJ220 as a car, and especially there with the tech drawings. And here's the track editor. This game does have a track editor. If you can figure out how to use it, that'd be pretty awesome. But you know what? I have no idea what the heck I am doing here. This might have been a little bit easier to do on the Amiga, of course on the computer with a mouse. How exactly you're supposed to actually make the track, I have not been able to figure it out. But I guess it's a pretty neat option. You don't see that in console games too often, with the ability to save your tracks.
Start your engines.
So all in all, this is a pretty awesome game. If you like these sort of semi-simulation arcade racing games from the 16-bit era, if you like games like Lotus Turbo Challenge and the Top Gear series, Top Gear 1 and Top Gear 2 on the Genesis, Super Nintendo, probably also on the Amiga, if you like games like those, you'll probably love this game. The fact you have 20 cars on the track at once, circuit racing, and you know, the speed is very good, the controls are very good. Really, no complaints there. Everything's fast, everything's smooth. You can do manual shifting, like I said. I kind of wish they could have used the A button as a clutch, and I've said this before in other games such as Outrun, where up and down shift, and you'll find yourself in the middle of a corner not realizing that you're maybe pressing up as you press left or right, and of course you downshift unintentionally. And the A button doesn't seem to be used in this game like Outrun, so I thought it would be cool if they used A for a clutch where you have to press A and then up or down to shift, but I suppose that could make the game more difficult as well. Of course, being semi-simulation, what I mean by that is, you know, you do have to sort of pay attention to the corners. You will have to brake for some corners. You don't want to go too fast into the corners, or you'll end up just needing to brake at the last minute. You brake too much, you slow down, you're going to get passed by everyone in the corners. You can use the manual to your advantage to downshift in a corner. It'll actually slow you down, but not slow you down as badly as braking, so that actually does come in handy in some of the corners. Of course, just holding a gear to come out of the corner that much faster might also come to your advantage. But the game doesn't seem to handicap you too much for using the automatic. It doesn't seem like the car goes any slower, has a lesser top speed. Sometimes in games, you know, when you pick automatic, you get 4 speeds instead of 5 or something like that to sort of cripple using the automatic. So in this game, if you want to use automatic, it definitely makes the game a lot easier. There's no reason not to use the automatic in this one. Pretty neat game for the Sega CD, and well, there you go. Pick it up if you're a fan of racing games.